Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Welcome to River Valley Community College. This is our main campus in Claremont, New Hampshire. We also have two academic centers, one in Keene, where our students attend their courses on the campus of Keene State College, and the other in Lebanon, New Hampshire. River Valley is one of 7 in the community college system of New Hampshire. We're affordable and close to home.
Hello, I'm Alfred Williams, president at River Valley Community College, and I just want to welcome you to River Valley. We have a dedicated group of faculty and staff that are here to make your educational experience successful.
When you enter the Claremont campus, you'll be greeted at the one-stop front desk. This is where all of the admissions, financial aid, registrar, and business offices are located. Because we're small and give personal attention to every one of our students, you can drop in anytime to meet with us. The Puxta Library is located just as you enter the Claremont campus. Our librarian and staff are here to help you with your research with our online River Valley Discovery Service. The digital library features an academic search engine that you can access 24/7 to find ebooks, videos, articles, and other scholarly resources. It's quiet, comfortable, and set up for your success. For health and wellness, try our treadmills designed to let you study while you exercise.
Hi everyone, I'm Morgan and I work here at the Advising Career and Transfer Center. We refer to this as the ACT or the ACT. So in this department we have advising for general studies and liberal arts. We also have early college. Jerry is our coordinator for that program. So if you're a high school student that would like to come in and learn more about that program, he is always available to talk with you or your parents. We also have transfer services here at the ACT, so if you're interested in transferring to a four-year institution after, come see us and we'll help give you some of that information.
You'll find River Valley Community College has faculty and staff that truly care about you and your educational journey. Many students start here, earn an associate's degree, and go right to work, while others take advantage of our transfer agreements with the University System of New Hampshire and other private schools and universities. Most liberal art core courses and general education credits earned here will transfer wherever you go. Get involved while attending River Valley with our student government, clubs, and Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Starting your first 2 years of college close to home and at a fraction of the cost just makes sense. Thank you for joining us for this virtual tour. Get started on a degree or certificate program today by completing our free online application at rivervalley.edu and soar into your future. Welcome back to River Valley Today. I'm Suzanne Gronwald, and we are bringing you another virtual open house. Oh, how I wish we were here in person and we could feed you pizza and you could meet all of our directors and program directors here at the college. But today we are doing the COVID-19 specialty of Zoom meetings. So we have a virtual Zoom meeting right here for you today, and we have a lineup of guests. So I hope that you enjoy the next 40 minutes or so while we talk about some of our programs and some of the exciting things that are happening at the college. First, I'd like to introduce the president of River Valley Community College, Alfred Williams. Welcome, Alfred.
Hi, Suzanne. It's great to be back at the open house. I know we always have a lot of fun at these events. You know, we've got some really exciting news today here at River Valley. We were ranked #1 in the country for faculty to student ratio. We have the lowest faculty to student ratio, which means that when you come to River Valley, you will get to know your faculty members and you will get to know them well because we have small classroom size and such. We also we're in the top 10% for educational outcomes and career outcomes. And you know, Suzanne, how important that is to us, that we want our students to, to graduate, and we want them to be off on their career. So we're very excited about that news today.
That was very exciting to see that. It's the University Business Magazine that put this study out. About 700 community colleges across the nation were ranked, and yes, #1, 5-to-1 ratio at the college. So we have 5 students to every 1 professor, and that is amazing because, as you said, everybody gets to know the students so well and takes very well care of them while they're with us. So
Yay, River Valley. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, Suzanne, we always talk about this, right? Whenever we talk about River Valley, you and I, when we go places, we always talk about the ability to bond with your faculty and get to know your faculty, and to see it in print and see it rewarded was really inspiring for us all today.
Well, congratulations to you. Your leadership certainly shows through on that. We also have the Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs here with us tonight. You met her last week. Her name is Jennifer Conoyer. Welcome, Jennifer. How are you?
Thanks so much, Suzanne. I am great. I'm very excited to be here again. Like you, I wish that we were downstairs in our beautiful library enjoying some snacks because it's dinner time, but it's awesome to be here with everyone.
And we have had a very busy week with registrations flying through the door. We were very happy to see today. Our numbers are just climbing right up, and it's looking very, very good for the fall as far as our registration numbers and our student count. And students seem to be taking a few more credits than they have in the past. It could be because of COVID and they have some extra time on their hands, and they're just committing to themselves and committing to bettering their lives with a better education and a better job. So, Jennifer, anything from the Academic or Student Affairs Department that you would like to tell our audience for today?
Sure. I just want to tell everyone how excited we are to welcome you back to campus. Right now, we've been open by appointment only, but starting August 31st, we will be reopening. So we have really two main focuses for this fall. The first one, of course, is the safety of our faculty, our staff, and our students, and we're taking that really seriously. Some of the protocols that we have for coming on campus involve wearing a mask, even in the classrooms, because we know that's an effective way to prevent the spread of COVID. It also means that we are asking you to take your temperature at home, and we will be taking it once you arrive here at the door. You're going to go through a scanner that will assure us that your temperature is not elevated. And of course, just practicing social distancing, hand washing. Our maintenance staff has been working around the clock to get ready for all of the extra cleaning protocols that we've put into place. So we're really feeling good about being ready to be safe and learning on campus, because our second objective is to continue to deliver that high quality educational experience that you've come to expect from River Valley Community College. And so whether you're learning on ground with us in our classrooms this fall, online through Canvas, or maybe you're going to take place on a hybrid class where you're going to be in Zoom just like this with your classmates at a certain time and date. You'll be doing some stuff live with them and some things asynchronously on your own. We want you to pick the classes that make you feel comfortable and that also move you towards your goals of getting that certificate and degree. So Suzanne, we're just really excited. It's been a lot of work, but we feel ready. And of course, we're always here for students if they have any questions about COVID or classes.
And Suzanne, we recognize that it's very important for students to progress and be able to graduate. And so we've made a lot of scholarship money available for students. We took some of our reserves and we created a number of scholarships for students that they can apply for on award spring. In addition, the state has Gopher money that's available to apply, which if you go to our website, it's right at the top. We have a link to it in order to apply. We know it's a difficult time for people, and we don't want finances to be an impediment to getting through and finishing at River Valley.
Yeah, and all of our offices down at the One Stop at the college have been so busy. Financial aid and the registrar's office, and everybody's working really hard to service the students as quickly as we can because we want to get everybody in. We also do have some late start classes. So if you're a little late to the game and you're just deciding now that you would like to come back to college, don't worry. We have plenty of classes that are starting just a little bit late, October 5th. So you still have time. You still have time to get a financial aid package together. You still have time to file for the scholarships and the Gopher funds. I know some of the scholarships deadline is the 31st of August. So just keep that in mind, but come to us, call us, and we'll get you set up and we'll get you started or finish what you started maybe some years ago and you have some credits and you don't really have anything else. We'll get a degree and get a certificate and then you can finish what you started. So I also have a couple of very special guests. I'm moving quickly tonight because I want to make sure we have plenty of time for everyone. I would first like to introduce Carrie Morris. She's the program director for the Early Childhood Education program as well as the Social Services program at the college. Welcome, Carrie. And maybe you're on mute because I can't hear you yet.
Yes, there we go. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here again. I was able to participate in one other open house. Really enjoyed it. Early childhood education and social services. We are very busy welcoming new students, helping returning students prepare for the fall semester. Students are ready to go, and new students are so eager to get out there and to start working with young children and their families, to start working in their communities, to provide support and resources.
Excellent. And I know there are tremendous challenges ahead for parents of young children right now and early childhood providers with the COVID restrictions and the opening dates. And, it's an unprecedented time for that area of our economy and our services to young children. So, how is the industry responding to this at this point?
Both early care and education centers and social services programs have been very creative with finding ways to continue to provide services. I think for early childhood education, this has been a really pivotal point for our profession because America has realized that early childhood teachers are also essential workers. And early care and education, it is a vital part of our society and certainly a key piece of local and state economies.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine that hopefully there's more respect for the industry and for the providers, and hopefully the wage increase that should come with that once Americans figure out that this is so vital to the rest of our economy to keep going. We have to have that, and that's the biggest challenge I think with the upcoming school year is so many people have the children at home that have to be cared for. So, and what about social services? I would imagine that that is also a growing industry in the time we're in right now with the pandemic.
Social services programs, so much really depends upon the particular program or agency and the type of service they're providing because our students go out, they might be working with children, youth, and families, they might be working with the elderly population, they might be working with individuals with developmental disabilities. But again, what I'm seeing is that programs and their staff are being very creative as far as when, where, and how they're meeting with those they're serving.
Excellent. Carrie, can you tell us what kinds of jobs your graduates typically take when they graduate with either a certificate or an associate degree?
Sure. So again, our social services graduates are out there doing a lot of different things with different populations. Our certificate is a great way for them to get their foot in the door per se. The associate degree certainly opens up more opportunities for them moving into some type of leadership role where they are coaching, supporting, supervising others in addition to the clients they're serving. We have graduates working for community action programs, for domestic violence prevention agencies, soup kitchens, city town offices, area agencies, schools, just many, many varied settings. And our early childhood education graduates, the same thing. We have 3 different certificates, and those certificates are a great way for folks to get started in the field. If they're new, or perhaps they're a career changer and they need those specialized early childhood credits. And the degree opens up many more possibilities. Everything from being perhaps program coordinator, a curriculum developer, a center director, and also our degree is a great opportunity to continue on and complete a bachelor's degree. And we have more and more students doing that. And again, they're doing different things. Some are working in nonprofit agencies, and others have continued on to earn teacher certification and are at public schools.
Mm-hmm. And I've had some students come through the admissions office who are looking very far forward with degrees in either a lawyer, they want to be a lawyer, but they're starting with the social service foundation, or they want to go into education and they're starting with the early childhood certification or the early childhood associate degree, and then they're going to transfer to a 4-year school so they can get their bachelor's degree for teaching. Do you find that a lot of your students are doing that base knowledge with us and then kind of moving on, or do they take a couple of years of gap years and start working first and then go back to college?
No, it's interesting. Many students, they are just so excited when they finish that associate degree and they leave and they tell me, Carrie, this has been wonderful. No offense, but I have to take a break now. And it's a lot of work. But it's really interesting because I hear from those students actually quite soon, and it's usually only one semester or 1 year, and they are ready to go right back to school.
Right. Oh, that's great. Yeah, and I think it speaks volumes to how we provide workers in our community when we're able to every year put out more and more students. And I know that the early childhood education centers are reaching out to you constantly looking for a workforce. And some of them have even sent their workforce to us to enroll in your program. And that's been a great partnership.
It has. And the local directors are wonderful about, keeping me updated on job openings. We also have many partnerships where students can do observations, they can complete their practicum student teaching placements. Of course, COVID has created some significant challenges. But fortunately, we've been, really lucky in being able to access some other resources. I've been speaking with other faculty to get ideas and suggestions. Our partners have been starting to contact me about, alternative types of options they can provide our students with. So it's just a nice opportunity to collaborate in new ways.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Carrie Moore, she's our program director for the Early Childhood Education Program and the Social Services Program at River Valley Community College. So thank you, Carrie. I appreciate you being with us.
You're very welcome.
I also have a very special guest with us tonight. I have the director of the Radiologic Technology Program. Her name is Michelle Luciano Torres. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here and talk about the program. Radiologic technology is an art. We are scientific artists. We are the eyes of medicine. This is a wonderful profession. I'm being 34 years working in the field, and I enjoy like my first day, my career and my profession. We work directly with radiologists, who is the MD, that interpret the images that we produce. This is a very physical profession, very dynamic profession. We're gonna work with other health professionals as a team. We need strong communication skills. We're gonna be touching our patient for positioning, aligning. A lot of the people relate radiology with photography because we take pictures of the human body, right? And we have to look for the right angle. We have to look for the right distance. So math is an important component in our profession because we have to calculate the dose or the amount of radiation we're gonna be using to make an image. So we're gonna be taking physics, radiologic physics. So we highly recommend to all those prospective students interested in the radiology field to look into a general physics course, to try to get their pre-requirement before they come to the classroom for radiology, like anatomy 1, anatomy 2, medical terminology. So right now, because we are a high demand program and very competitive, we don't take many students. Our classes are small because we want to dedicate our time helping the student to reach their goals and their skills. So we work one-on-one. The faculty in the Radiologic Technology program, we are very dedicated and we care about our student and we work with our student very close. We go to the clinical side, we evaluate them. So we have a very nice relation between instructors and student. Um, we welcome every student interested in the program to sit for a date on the classroom. Unfortunately, with COVID, class is going to be online. This year, particularly, we're going to be a little bit limited in that aspect, but we are more than welcome if student has questions to contact Jessica or I, and we will be more than happy to guide each student. We have a video with some information that they can look at, that we explain about all the requirements and all the things that they need to get on board.
All right. Well, one idea that I have is that we could provide video to you one day when you're doing something really exciting in the classroom, and we can come in and do some video so that instead of a student observing in person, they could at least see how the class is, what they're doing and how, the radiology works when they're sitting in class. So it's the next best thing, right? We're just trying to make COVID restrictions work to our advantage, like we're doing today with our open house. But
yeah, Michelle, you've got some great news about our graduates from this past spring, don't you?
Yes, we have 100% passing rate. The program has integrated a lot of new tools like reviews. We have a platform that we use. It calls ShadeAware, where it's a virtual tool where the student can practice positioning and they can practice exposure and they can work, and it's three-dimensional, so it's very unique. Student has tools for the review for the national boards, and we see the results with this class that just graduated. And the other thing I have to say about is the beauty about radiologic technology is you don't stay with the base. You can build the house that you want to build. You can go to imaging modalities like mammography, CT, MRI, ultrasound, radiation therapy, nuclear med. So after you complete 21 months at River Valley, you can move forward and look for those imaging modalities. I have to say that the student that just graduated, we have 3 students that start in the MRI modality, and the hospital are training them. So the result of our program, we have 100% of employment. Student has job before they graduate. They already have employees. So I'm very excited. We have very good relation with the hospitals that we have as clinical site, and they are working with us directly. So they are seeing the product, and the way I see it is, if they stay with one of our students, is because we're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? We are serving to our community by offering them qualified technologists.
Michelle, I love the way you describe the role of the job. I'm not a big fan of needles, no blood. So to be an artist in the healthcare field is just, and to have a job, people getting employed. That's great. I just love the way you describe the program.
And there's a big need right now for radiologic technology. We receive every day job openings from the different hospitals, from Vermont, New Hampshire, New England area. So it's a good field, it's a short career, it's a good start, and if you don't have the prerequisite, we provide you the options to move into the health certificate. You can work for the first year all your general eds, and then you can move forward to apply to the radiologic technology program, which that's a good thing too.
And this year, our deadline for radiologic technology for the fall of 2021 is December 31st of 2020.
December 31st.
Right.
Yes, and we already start taking application, and Jessica and we start already doing interviews. So it gives us the opportunity to know the student and their goals and what they're looking for.
And a good applicant will have already completed some of their general education, such as Michelle said, Anatomy Physiology 1, maybe Anatomy Physiology 2. There's several math components to the Radiologic Technology program, as Michelle said. So if they're not ready to go into a Functions of Modeling, which is a high-level math class, then you take your Fundamentals of Math or Fundamentals of Math STEM. So those are things that students can take in that preparation year. So your deadline is December 31st, but maybe you come to River Valley this semester and you take maybe 1, 2, or 3 of those classes right off the bat. And then in the spring semester, you take another couple of classes. And then by the time you get into the program for the fall of 2021, you're going to have a lot of your core education out of the way, and you can focus solely on the Radiologic Technology program.
We have built a very friendly program every semester. So if you can get your prerequisite done before you come to the program, then you will have the opportunity, because we designed the program based on the needs of our student. You know, we understand students have to work, they have family responsibilities. So we want to provide them with education in a way that they can reach their goals. So the Radiologic Technology program, we have set up the clinical setting in a way that students will have time to work, spend time with family, and study.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you, Michelle Luciano Torres. I see Jen is up next. Jen?
I just wanted to chime in. As you mentioned earlier, it's faculty work weeks for us, so we are busy getting ready for everyone to come back to campus. So I do have a 5:30 commitment, but I wanted to thank Carrie and Michelle so much for sharing. I love hearing about your exciting programs. I'm sorry to miss Rebecca, but I know you guys are going to enjoy hearing everything she has to say. We work closely together on some projects. So have a great night, everyone, and I'm always here if you have questions.
All right, Jen Conoyer, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so next up we have Rebecca Clark. She works in our ACT, which is our Advising Career and Transfer Center, and she is our tutor coordinator. Welcome, Rebecca.
Hi, thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity to kind of let some people know what's going on with the tutoring program. So I actually graduated from River Valley myself, so it's been really exciting to be in this position and to be able to help students kind of feel the same, good feelings and success that I got to feel while I was a student at River Valley myself. So I think the most important thing is that, at River Valley, we try to make the classes as accessible as possible. We do try to be flexible, like Michelle said, around family life and work life. And a great resource for that is our tutoring program. It is completely free. The students don't have to pay that any kind of fee like you would for a private tutor, and we cover.
Uh-oh. Rebecca, come back.
Oh, sorry.
There she is. Okay, you're not frozen.
Right, here we go. So the program is completely free. Students don't have to pay any kind of fee like they would for a private tutor. And what's really great is that we cover a wide variety of the classes that are offered at River Valley. And when possible, we find tutors for every class that's being offered. And it's just a wonderful thing, and we try to cater to the students' needs. The tutors are trained on how to relay information, whether it's verbally or visually, different resources online, as well as books and paper, to really kind of meet the students where they're at and to cater to their learning abilities and their learning preferences, and kind of just help them to get that leg up in class, whether they're already doing well and just want to build confidence, or if they're struggling and really just need a little bit of extra assistance. We're here for that. I think the best part is it's free, but also that we work around the student's schedule. So it's not like you have to come in sometime between 8 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We work to meet the students where they're at.
Rebecca, one of the things that I was very proud of in the spring was how successful our students, our success rate was very high this past spring. And I know that we had to adapt it to changes with COVID and with tutoring. Tell us how you did that and some of the things that are available even in the COVID crisis.
Yeah, so we've actually been working with online tutoring well before COVID. So we have quite a few veteran Zoom tutors, I like to call them, who have been doing this for a few years. But really, all of our tutors got on board in finding ways to utilize Zoom as a platform to teach and cover materials. I'm especially proud of our math tutors because that's a really hard thing to cover through video. And they've utilized things such as the whiteboard, the online calculators, screen sharing features to really get the message across, to share resources. And that's part of what's actually opened up our availability. Because we're using tutoring online now, we're not confined to the building's hours. We can work later in the evening. We can offer tutoring on weekends. And really trying to be understanding that, now the students are home too. So, we deal with, our children, our families while we're tutoring in the background, but so are the students. And so we've also implemented kind of an extended period of time where it used to be students could only receive about an hour and a half of tutoring each week. We've extended that time to make up for the fact that inevitably there are some distractions that are coming along now that we're all at home.
Rebecca, you also have come up with quite a few workshops and special tutoring, or not tutoring, but training in areas such as interviewing skills and test taking skills. Do you want to talk about some of the ones that you have been working on for this coming semester?
Yeah, so Morgan, who's the career coach at the college, and I have teamed up to do some interviewing and resume writing workshops, and we've paired with PTK, Phi Theta Kappa, for that, which has been fantastic. I personally host a study skills session and a time management workshop every week. I also work with students one-on-one to help them build a schedule, find ways to balance work, family, and school, and still have time for themselves. So I do like a one-on-one consult for the students who, need a little bit of guidance in that area. But we really like to teach students different ways to study because some grew up and went through their education and thought flashcards were the only option. And that's, again, where our tutors are learning and they're being trained on all the different varieties of skills and tools available.
Awesome. Well, I really feel that the Advising Career and Transfer Center has grown into such a tremendous resource for our students. It used to be just kind of that place where you'd go and tuck in a corner and do some studying on your own, or hop on a computer in there to do some homework. And now the dynamic has completely changed in there. And students feel welcome. They feel like they're going someplace that they're going to receive help immediately. And now in our virtual world, they're still getting that. They're still able to access all of those services. And you mentioned Morgan and her career coaching services, and she's been great with we have a program called Career Coach, and we often in admissions, we get students to get right on that so that when they come to us and say, I want to go back to school, but I really don't know what I want to do. Career Coach can be a 30-second little quiz with a short amount of questions, or you can do the 3-minute version and really go a little bit deeper into what your personality type and your background would be best suited for in a career. So we've been utilizing that tool, and then our advising center is meeting with students afterwards to say, okay, it says here you're going to be good in business. Let's look at the business options at River Valley and what happens after you graduate with employment. So yay to the ACT Center, and thank you for doing all the work you're doing, Rebecca.
Yeah, no problem. I think we all really love it.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, we've had a full slate of guests today. Alfred, you're still with me, I hope?
Yes, I am.
All right, good. I just wanted to just review for students who are wondering, what's it going to look like in the fall? How am I going to, because I have a lab class, I might be on campus. Do you want to kind of go through some of the PCP things that we've done on campus so that students can visualize what it's going to be like with the social distancing and the masks and even the parking if you want to go into some of those details?
Yeah, we've completely redesigned our classrooms. We've spaced out all of the classrooms so that they're six feet apart. We've reduced the capacity of those classrooms. Some classes are going to be taught over multiple classrooms, via Zoom and such, so that people can still be on campus and be in those classes. I know, Suzanne, we did some videos that students can look at on our YouTube channel showing those classrooms off. We've also created space for students to meet with student services staff. There's plexiglass and there's a more open space, so it's not in the confined areas of people's offices. So we're really paying attention to ways that we can be safe and we can keep each other safe, because that's what it's all about. Is we're a community and we need to we need a community for each other. We have some different protocols that are coming in place. We're going to have students parking in the back at the Claremont campus. Because their students are going to come in the back door and they're going to go through a temperature scanner that will take their temperature. Students will also have to fill out a form, as they've been doing all summer, indicating that they're on campus, and that in the form ask questions like, have you been exposed to someone with COVID? Do you have a cold? Do you have a fever? And we ask you that now is the time that we're telling staff this, we're telling faculty this, we're telling students this. This is a time where when you feel a little sick, it is okay to stay home. We are setting up classes so that even classes that are on campus will have capability to still Zoom in. So work with your faculty member. We want you to when you're feeling any type of sickness, just stay home, and we'll work with you to get through. So students will come through those machines. And they'll go on campus. They'll wear their masks while on campus. We ask that you wear your mask as you go to and from your car, and just that we're respectful of each other, and we keep each other safe. I mean, we have a lot of protocols in place. We've purchased this souped up Clorox machine that helps maintenance do a really fast clean of classrooms. So as they transition, they can come in and they can do this really quick cleaning, and so we've done as you know, Suzanne, we've done a lot of preparation over the summer to get people ready. And listen to this open house today. When you sit there and you realize that we have such a great faculty to student ratio. When we're getting students to graduate, we're getting students into careers. We have great programs like we heard about with early childhood education and social work and radiology, and all these programs, you don't need needles or blood, but if you're into needles and blood, we got plenty of programs that you can have needles and blood too. It's what's stopping you? Like, come into River Valley, we'll get you on track to a career and we'll get you going. So I'm really excited. I really have felt energized by the faculty returning this Monday and being back on campus and feeling like we're back being that community, and I'm just excited for students to be here and remotely on campus, however they're doing, and having a successful semester.
That's awesome. Alfred, thank you. I also think that there's plenty of PCP types of things around the campus, so we have no shortage of hand sanitizer and masks if you don't have one. And for the nursing and the health science people, we have gowns, and we have everything that we need for students to stay safe and to remain protected throughout the
Suzanne, let me throw some numbers at you. I know, and you're always great, Suzanne. Whatever I forget to talk about, you always jump in and put in there. But we have 19,000. We have on order or in stock 19,000 pairs of gloves, 4,000 gowns, 2,000 face shields, 20,000 masks, 55,000 wipes, and we have these 55-gallon drums of hand sanitizer that we keep filling things up. So we have tons of PPE.
Yep. So we're set, we're ready, and now we're waiting for you students to come and to enroll with us. And if you are in the process of enrolling and you haven't heard from us, call us back, email us, do whatever you need to do, because we are here for you and we want you to be our student this fall. So You can visit us at rivervalley.edu. There's contact information on there. And again, I want to thank all of the guests tonight. I'll just go in order that I see you. Carrie Morris, the Early Childhood Education and Social Services Program Director. Rebecca Clark, who's our tutor coordinator. Michelle Luciano Torres, who is our radiology faculty member and program director, and Jen Conoyer, who had to leave, and last but not least, of course, our president, Alfred Williams. Thank you so much, all of you, for being with us tonight. We will be back next week, same time, same place, 5 o'clock on Wednesday, for one more virtual open house before the semester starts. Thanks for joining us at home. Good night.
Good night.
In this unprecedented time in history, we have all been given the time to pause and reflect on our lives. The opportunity to make a change has never been greater. River Valley Community College is here to guide you, should you decide that continuing your education and improving your job skills is the right path for you. College that is affordable and close to home may be just what you need when this is all behind us. Visit rivervalley.edu and soar into your future.